Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. And by Burns & Scalo Roofing and Real Estate, dedicated to improving the profitability and sustainability of our clients. Visit our website to learn about the power of two. Our region's business. Innovation, transformation, momentum, improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, new perspectives on retirement, plus a life sciences startup that's conceived a new way to help couples conceive. But first, the smart money is beating a path to our region for the Three Rivers Venture Fair, one of the biggest events of its kind in this part of the country that matches promising companies with venture capitalists and angels with money to invest. Eric Kline is a partner with Pepper Hamilton Law and co-chair of the Three Rivers Venture Fair. Lynn Brusco is vice president and chief relationship officer for the Pittsburgh Life Sciences Greenhouse and the marketing committee co-chair of the Three Rivers Venture Fair. Good to see you both. Welcome.
Thank you.
Here we are again. I thought the last fair was a couple of months ago, but I guess it's been a little longer.
It's been 18 months since the last fair.
Okay, is that the typical cycle? These come to our region?
Yes, it was originally about a year, and now it's 18 months.
Okay, so how's it shaping up?
It's shaping up great. We go through a vetting process with companies. We've got 40 that will be presenting at the fair in April. And of that 40, it's roughly 20 life science companies and 20 other technology companies. And they're all prepared. There was a boot camp, and they're ready to go.
Oh, okay. So they actually get advice and help in terms of how to make their pitch, get their elevator speech down and all the rest of it?
Yes, they get to practice. They get to pitch in front of experts and figure out what they need to fine-tune and get ready to pitch for the money.
So where are they coming from? How big a region?
So it's mostly the Midwestern kind of a region, a lot out of Pittsburgh itself, a lot out of this region, also out of Ohio. I think there's also some companies out of Michigan and Kentucky.
Okay.
So it's a good reach.
And what, the investors there, VCs, angels, who's taking a look at these companies?
It's a combination of institutional venture capitalists as well as angels, super angels. In addition to that, the region really supports the event with economic development and large organizations here that care about the economic vitality and sort of feeding the pipeline with new innovation and helping it get funded.
So the potential funders, though, they're coming from all over the place?
They come from all over the country, yes.
And this thing's been growing a lot. It's what, a little 10, 12 years old at this point?
Yeah, it's actually 10 years old at this point. The first was in 2002.
Okay.
I don't know how many companies have presented, but they've raised over $400 million in capital from the fair. And the percentage of companies that raise capital from the fair is about 1 in 2. So it's been an outstanding result for those companies who've attended the fair and presented.
Is this really important to these types of companies to have this kind of a platform to get their message out?
Yeah, it's hugely important because in a region like Pittsburgh, which is often called a flyover region, getting venture capitalists here and other investors here, and those investors who want to make investments, it's been great as a source of capital for the companies who presented. So,
and this time out, you've got what? There's 2 tracks. You've got both the life sciences and the non-life sciences company. I know, Lynn, you come from the life sciences perspective on this. Well, that's a little bit of a change, right? In how to
That's a little
organize
bit of a change. What we found is, based on the interest of the institutional venture capitalists that were coming, that it made sense to divide out the tracks that way. There's a huge interest in life sciences. Certainly the region has a reputation for ready for investment life sciences companies, and so it made sense from a gathering standpoint to make sure that we were tracking all of those together, tracking the rest of technology on a straight technology track, so that people knew what to expect.
And so there really is a difference then. Some investors do the life sciences thing, and others are not that interested in that space?
Yeah, I mean, actually today it's very specialized, and even within life sciences, you've got the ones that invest in drug development and ones that invest more in medical devices. And on the technology side, you've got ones that do software, ones that do advanced materials, and so on. And then you have other funds that will go across the full gamut.
So, and the 40 companies are across the gamut within those two
They are
sectors?
basically 20 and 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know part of this, too, is you're trying to reach out to those emerging technologies, not just companies that are ready to go, right? But
Yes.
even earlier stage opportunities?
That's right.
What's
That's
that
right.
all about?
So for the second time, we are having a technology showcase. And the technology showcase is meant to showcase the earliest of innovation that's just coming off the bench at both Carnegie Mellon University as well as the University of Pittsburgh. And we do like an American Idol or a Shark Tank style 3-minute pitch. So those innovators get to come up. They have one slide behind them. They have 3 minutes to convince the panel that they have something exciting building. And there's a huge audience for that. And we were excited the first year because we thought, let's try this and see what kind of interest there is. But actually, lots of the venture capitalists and the super angels came to that session and wanted to listen in to the point that I made earlier about this pipeline in this region for both current and future investments.
Now, those types of innovations would typically be nurtured by entities like the Life Sciences Greenhouse or Innovation Works. They would need to get a little more traction probably before these types of investors would plunge in.
That's true. That's true. The University of Pittsburgh and Carnegie Mellon University's technology transfer offices are huge supporters of this. They really are the people who wanted this to happen so that organizations like the Life Sciences Greenhouse, regional angel groups, groups that invest a little earlier could see things coming straight off of the bench into the pipeline and be ready for them when it comes time for us to pitch in.
Really cool. Anything you're really excited about that's on track? Any particular companies or ideas or whatever?
Well, you know what's interesting is if you have an iPhone and you're intrigued by Siri, there's some advanced speech technologies that we'll be presenting. There's regenerative medicine companies that will be presenting.
That's
so
turning into an industry.
It is, and
regenerative medicine
if you
business.
want to
Cool.
peek into the future, it's a great way to do it because you see them there.
Well, it's exciting for anybody who doesn't know about it. Coming up on what, April 10th and 11th?
Yes.
And where's it going to be?
It will be at the PNC Park.
Okay, and if people want to find out more?
They just go to threeriversventurefair.org and all of the registration, the list of companies, all of the supporters and past attendees, you'll find those on the website.
Very cool. Well, congratulations. Great to see it happening again right here in our region. Kline, Lynn Brusco from the Three Rivers Venture Fair. Thanks so much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bill.
And next up, a rising star in our region's life sciences sector that's giving birth to more births. Stay with us.